The Map by Ruba Qewar. Chapter 4 World Fundamentalism, the Unseen Practices. Problems faced by Christian missionaries. Despite all the services that are offered to the Christian missionaries by their agencies, there are many obstacles that they face while they are in the field, such as cultural shock, family issues, and religious persecution. The biggest problem that faces a missionary in the field is cultural shock. If they can't get out of it or adjust in the new country, then it may lead to their destruction, and they wouldn't be able to work effectively. Stages of cultural shock. 1. Honeymoon stage. Enthusiasm and tourism. Everything looks amazing and different. You find the missionary exploring new places, taking pictures, excited to make new friends, a new job. It can take days or even few months. 2. Negotiation. Withdrawal, crisis, rejection phase. The person feels anxious and disappointed because the work is not done as anticipated, feels incompetent, angry, homesick, and frustrated. The person may mock or make derogatory remarks about the nationals. Stereotypes become common. It may take a few months to even 2 years, depending on the person's ability in adjusting and learning. 3. Resolution, adjustment, adaptation phase. Routines and coping skills are developed and there is a feeling of normalcy. The person begins to understand the culture and has a feeling of balance. 4. Stabilization, enthusiasm, bicultural phase. There is thorough adoption, partial integration, and role of acceptance. The person functions well, enjoys the culture, and prefers some things about the new culture over their own culture. The person may adopt what is called citizen of the third culture, not the only of their birth or the target culture, but some sort of mixture of the two. They may feel that they just don't have a home any longer. This sense of displacement and loneliness is not expected and blindsides many returning or following missionary expeditions. However, they are warned not to practice synchronism by inserting other doctrines and beliefs to their own. 5. Adoption, assimilation phase. The person is fully integrated into the culture and loses his original identity. 6. Re-entry shock, also known as reverse cultural shock. The person arrives back home and is surprised at the changes that have occurred while he was gone. 2. Burnout of the Christian missionary. The real source of missionaries' burnout is not commitment, but exhaustion. The missionaries drain all their emotion and financial resources thinking that it will result in their evangelism goals. The burnout of the agency is better termed as exhaustion, meaning missionaries are not able to work with their full energy. There are many reasons for a burnout. It could be that they overwork themselves, especially in dangerous situations when work is more than what they can bear. Physical illness may be a factor for the burnout. They may carry a bag of previous psychological problems such as violence between parents, emotional abuse, cultural shock, and depression. All of these problems can make them feel guilty and think that no one loves them. After a disaster, a missionary may start to feel post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. It is important for them to be alert to the first reaction as well as to symptoms amongst the team members around them. They must watch for fear, anxiety, and hyperactivity, which follows with extreme decrease in activity. Insomnia, continual tiredness, feeling guilty or not doing what he or she is supposed to do, and feeling grief. If their case improves, then other symptoms will appear within a few days. The missionary becomes worried, tired, unfocused, and depressed. He or she may have flashbacks of old memories or may have insomnia or nightmares. Many face reverse cultural shock that ends up to be worse than the initial cultural shock. The joyous time that they spend after returning home can be very short lived. He or she feels that they don't belong to their own home anymore. They may feel confused, angry, and even be judgmental. On the other hand, there is another scenario called sudadis, which means that it is a mixture of feelings between sadness and happiness endured at the same time.